This is part 2 of the plugins presentation, and we initially just gave an overview of what plugins are. You may already be familiar with them, but I am assuming that you know nothing. So this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1. And in part 2, we are going to install plugins. Before we install plugins, I'll show you how to dig deeper. In order for you to dig deeper about plugins, you can go to this URL, codex.wordpress.org/plugins. So here we are, and this is a WordPress codex page. This is not how you download plugins. In order for you to download plugins, you will need to go to this URL, which I will open in a new tab, and you will be able to install or download plugins from wordpress.org/plugins. What I'm going to do is demonstrate first a download install, and then second an automated plugin install. So we'll install the same plugin twice, but I'll show you the ease if you've never done this before, which is very intuitive. So what we're going to do is we're here at the plugin directory right now. What I'm going to do is just download one of these plugins. I can look at the feature plugins or the popular plugins or favorites. There's some that I favorited. I'm logged in currently, but we're just going to download a popular plugin. Let's download something that duplicate post. This is what we'll do. We'll download duplicate post. We click on there, duplicate post, and I click download. Now, let's show this in Finder. There we are, duplicate post 3.1.2. What I'm going to do now is go to our localhost install of a website. Here we go, we're right here. And in order to install this plugin that I've just downloaded, alright, we'll expand this window a little bit. In order to install this plugin that I've just installed and downloaded, all I need to do is come to Plugins, Add New. Click on Add New. Now, once you find out the power of plugins, you may get a little bit overwhelmed, or you may get a little bit carried away. It's easy to get carried away with installing many plugins, but I would caution you to keep a close eye on how many plugins you install. So here, once we've hit Add New, it brings us to this Add New page. And what we want to first do is do upload, and it allows us to choose a file. This file is in my downloads folder, and the most recent file is actually listed at the top. So what I would do is now open this plugin and install now. When I've uploaded a plugin and installed it, it takes me to the install screen, gives me the status of what's happening, unpacking the package, installing the plugin installed successfully. It gives me the option to activate the plugin immediately, which I will do. After a little bit of loading, thinking, it redirects me to the actual plugin screen, which is, you see the title plugins here at the top. And now I can see our new plugin. Duplicate post has been installed. Has a blue status indicator on the left side of it to let us know that it is active. Anything that's not active does not have the blue status indicator next to it. Now I can see all of my plugins if I have this filter selected like it currently is. So it shows me installed and active, and installed and not active plugins as well. Or I could filter to see only the active plugins, or I could filter to see the inactive plugins. Most plugins that you install will have some form of a notification that shows up. You don't have to read this. You can always click and close it. Now that we have installed this plugin, let us uninstall it. So what we have to do to uninstall the plugin is we have to find it underneath the active plugins. And here we have it, duplicate post. I'll just click deactivate first because I need to deactivate the plugin before I uninstall it. And now a new filter shows up that says recently active. If I click on recently active, I see duplicate post, and I can now click delete. It asks me to confirm. I'll say OK. And now that plugin is gone. Now we're going to go to the second way, our method of installing plugins, which is from the automatic installer. And that is what we saw earlier. Underneath plugins, we click add new. And this will take us to our plugins page. We see the featured, popular, and recommended. So we're going to the popular plugins because we're going to find duplicate post again. Here it is, right underneath the popular plugins. And we will click install now directly from this dashboard, which is meaning it's the automatic installer. It gives us the loading arrows that let us know that this thing is being installed currently. It's being downloaded directly from the WordPress website that we downloaded it from earlier. It's actually downloading it directly into my WordPress install. Okay, so it says the install failed. Unexpected error occurred. Something may be wrong with WordPress.org or this server's configuration. First thing I need to do is check to see if airplane mode is on for our desktop server. It is disabled, and we can talk about these airplane mode on another tutorial. It's a really awesome actual configuration for local development. If that is not active, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back to refresh the page, and I'll refresh this page right here. And I will try once again to click install. If it installs, then we're good. It has installed, yes. Now it gives me a big blue activate button. And when I click it, it will now activate this plugin. We had it before, now it's back. But we're not going to call it a comeback. All right? It's a duplicate post. And those are two ways to install plugins. We're not going over any other methods at this moment. Those are very great ways to install plugins. Here's a few tips. If you're installing plugins onto a WordPress website that has been up for a while, make sure you have a local install of the website. Just in case that plugin conflicts with the website, it won't take it down. Other than that, we're going to go to the next video. Thanks for watching.